Welcome to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland, and we're taking a look at this Sunday's matchup, Sunday night matchup, big matchup, the Saints and the Cowboys. I know some people are like, it's not that big, but Cowboys are 2-1, have the possibility to go 3-1 and be right up there for the division lead. They played the Rams last week. A lot of people maybe say, hey, they should have beat the Rams. And rightfully so. They do appear to be the better team, especially on offense with that offensive line, who I believe is one of the top 5 offensive lines in the league. But they struggled a little bit. They got lit up by a third-string quarterback on defense. But like I said before, it's not about having great talent. It's about having good players who can play sound football and be where they need to be and make tackles for this team. And later on, the Cowboys did that. You got to love the balance over there with Dallas. I think it was 24 passes versus 26 runs. A very good job. That's been their formula, and that's really what's gotten them their 2 wins. Now, when you look at the New Orleans Saints, they're pretty much in the same boat as the Dallas Cowboys. You look at their offense and you think, man, they can really put points on the board if you're not careful. But on defense, it's just as abysmal, if not worse, than the Dallas Cowboys, allowing a lot of run yards, and folks are just passing all over them like nobody's back there in that secondary. They're having big troubles in covering in the secondary and stopping guys on third down. Now, this past week, the Cowboys were 50% in third down conversions, 5 of 10. I think that is going to be a huge factor in this game. Now, the Cowboys are at AT&T Stadium. They will be home. So that is going to favor well for them. What I don't like is that Dallas Cowboys defense in the secondary with all those weapons. I know. They did a decent job last week. They do have 7 sacks on the year, but we're talking about Drew Brees. We're talking about Jimmy Graham. I know he's been held in check as of late, but with Colston, with Cooks, there's a lot going on that team as far as speed is concerned. And we know sometimes speed can kill the defense. With that being said, I think it's going to be a little bit difficult for the Dallas Cowboys to get the pressure that they need to slow this Saints offense down, although they have been inconsistent. The thing of it is, I like what the Cowboys are doing on offense. If they can limit Tony Romo to 25 throws, they can win this game. And I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys in this game to go 3-1 and possibly fight for the lead in this division. Now let's take a look at some other games around the league. And first we're going to look at the Chargers and the Jags. The Jags are abysmal, but they're finally going to start Blake Bortles. They'll look a little bit better, I think. Blake Bortles gets the ball out a lot more. He's probably going to turn it over a few times. I think they'll be competitive in this game, but I'm going to take the San Diego Chargers in this one. The next game, the Falcons and the Vikings. Got Teddy Bridgewater in there now. What is he going to do? I think he's going to make it exciting. Definitely. I think he's going to make it exciting. He's going to open up that run game a little bit with his ability to move around in the pocket. But I still think the Falcons get the job done. It's going to be his first start. Now, they don't have any tape on him, but I'm still taking the Falcons in this one. Next, we have the Eagles and the 49ers. Eagles coming off a really, really strong game. It was an excellent game by both teams. They get the win there, take the lead in the division. The 49ers, they've been Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'm going to take the 49ers in this game, though. Eagles having to travel out west. They'll get Vernon Davis back over there with the 49ers. I think that'll be the deciding factor. I'm going to take the 49ers in that one. And last but not least, the Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs haven't looked like themselves at all. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with them. I know they had some injuries, but they don't look like they did last year. But neither do the Patriots. But I think the Patriots are a lot more consistent on both sides of the ball. You have Tom Brady, and when you have Tom Brady, you have a chance to win. I'm going to take the Patriots in this one to beat the Kansas City Chiefs all day. And this is a look around the league. We're going to look at our next big matchup. The Ravens. Who are they inviting into town? Well, they are inviting the Carolina Panthers into town. And the Panthers would have thought they would have been on a roll last week and getting a much needed win. Kind of stumbled just a little bit. Here we are, the Ravens, 2-1, doing a halfway decent job. And at home, the Ravens, with that crowd, do a pretty excellent job in front of their fans. So what should we expect between these two teams? Well, Cam Newton, we know what he brings to the table. He has some big targets out there. But the factor in this game is that Steve Smith Sr. is looking to prove that he should not have been released from the Carolina Panthers. And with the Ravens being at home, I expect Joe Flacco and I expect that offense to find ways to get him the ball and to try to slaughter that defense over there. I know Carolina's defense has played very well, but I think in this matchup, when you're looking at the offenses, Cam has a tendency to struggle. I think they'll find a way to make them beat them elsewhere. And with that being the case, I see Joe Flacco and Steve Smith Sr. having a pretty big day and taking a win in Baltimore. Now, I'd like to end with a closing thought. You know, with all the things that are going on around the league as far as domestic violence is concerned, people think that with these issues that they have a lot of say-so. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have any say-so at all. See, what it comes down to, I'll use the Donald Sterling incident. See, Bigatron was a bigot before he was found out on a recording. Bigatron was only released because it has started to affect one's pocket. What do I mean? Kia and other sponsors are going to be pulling out from the NBA, which is affecting other people's money. So when you start affecting other people's money, you got to go. Now, everybody thinks because other people were in uproar about this Ray Rice situation, and yet we have the same situation in MLB with Hope Solo that, it's because everybody got up in an uproar and stood up, said no more, that he was released and the NFL finally did the right thing. Look, Greg Harding's situation was well before then, and no one knew anything about it until this Ray Rice situation. See, this situation started to affect the NFL's money. And that's what it all boils down to, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have a say-so. It's not about your voice. It's about how much money you have in your pocket. Again, we thank you for watching the show. If you have anything you'd like for us to discuss on this show, please shoot us an email, post it on our Facebook site at straightshootingst@gmail.com. Again, we thank you so much, and you've been watching Straight Shooting Sports Talk.